Hey guys, welcome to a new unboxing video from the guild. It's guild 14 already. My name is Rowan and I'm gonna open the box with you. So guild 14, we would like to present to you a new line of beers. It's called the Eureka series and it's brewed only for the guild. We would like to bring you 4 beers in one go and then every box will have new beers. The concept is mostly based on recipes we learned over the past years and improved upon, or completely new technologies we used, or new beer styles as well. Rowan. So for each of those 4 beers we had a Eureka moment. For example, the coffee stout, it's the highest amount of coffee we've ever used. We used 30 kilos of coffee on only 15 hectoliters of beer. Usually we use that amount on a big tank, so 50 hectoliter. Next one is the first time we infused the beer with port. This one, the brownie pastry stout, was actually based on a recipe we made before. But now we did more chocolate, we did more hazelnuts, I believe. There's hazelnuts in there. There is hazelnuts in there. Just to give it more round flavor. And then the last one is actually a reinvention of Ken Brûlée, all-time favorite barley wine. But now we put that concept into a pastry stout. So I hope you'll enjoy. Let us know what you think. Moving on to the next one, we will put these away. And in here. Deze al? Mag dat? Oeh. So the time has come to tell you guys what we mean by stylized. What is stylizing? We brewed this beer, Crank the Tiles, and it's based on our core range IPA, Crank the Juice. But we stylized the beer, and I would like to explain to you guys what we actually did. So tiles are very small molecules with a very low flavor threshold, so it's very easy to smell them. Tiles are usually already in beer by very intense hops like Citra, Mosaic, Nelson. Those all contain a lot of free tiles. So next to free tiles, there are also bound tiles, meaning that you cannot smell them. And what we did is cut those bound tiles off so they become free. And you can actually smell them. So you can get much more flavor and a little bit different flavors out of hops and malt. Some techniques that you can do is use mesh hops. Enzymes in the mesh will cut those bound tiles and make them available for yeast to make it free. That's what we did here. So I hope I explained it a little bit. Is that very clear? No? So the recipe for this beer is actually quite similar to normal Crank the Juice, but we did some very specific things to boost the bound tile content of the beer, to make it available for the yeast to cut off and get the aromas to you as a consumer. I got a very distinct watermelon from the normal Crank the Juice, and this one is much more passion fruit, much more grapey. And the aroma is quite significantly more intense. So it really bursts out of the can, and that's exactly what we wanted to achieve with stylizing our core range beer. And then another series in this box, the Times 7 series. I think you're quite familiar with the concept already, but I just wanted to say that we add the hop 7 times. So this is a very good moment to compare Cascade to El Dorado. Interesting enough, we didn't just use Cascade 7 times, but we used 7 different origins of Cascade. So we used French Cascade, Italian, German, Belgian, Spanish, US, and Polish Cascade. And because Cascade is quite a classic hop with low aroma impact usually, we Ooh, that's a very bad pour. It's warm. Excuse my pouring. So we Tized this beer to get more juicy flavors out of it. Cascade usually is a lot of grapefruit, a lot of grassy citrus. It's a hop that started the craft beer revolution, but it's not what we are used to in New England IPAs by now. So it was a bit of a gamble doing Cascade for the Time 7 series, but it worked out really nicely. It became a 8.5% double IPA. Comparing that to Eldorado, Eldorado is a new school juicy hop, hop that can stand on its own. It's much more of a New England IPA hop actually, meaning that we didn't Tized this beer, but just used a straight IPA yeast and let the hop shine on its own. Also a double IPA. Yeah, there we go. A lot of pineapple, mango. Ooh, there's a little warming from the alcohol. This one is much more passion fruit, grapefruit. A bit of grapiness, exotic fruits, but mostly that green, a little bit of wheat. It's fun to compare it for yourself, I think. Pour them next to each other. Maybe share with a friend, because they're both quite high ABV. There you go. Wow. Next in the box, it's a coffee grinder. You might recognize the name a little bit, because it's our final result from the daily grind trials we did last year. We did 4 beers. None of them was the perfect beer, and this one is. We took the best out of all 4 beers and put it all in this can. It's gonna hit the shelves of Jumbo in September. It's gonna stand next to our Crank the Juice, Fruit Bomb, Motor Oil, Macaroon Machine. It's for your daily coffee, beer, stout, your daily one. It's a little bit lower ABV, but we learned from the last trials that we can actually still make a very full-bodied beer at lower ABVs. So this is a sneak preview of our supermarket release. Woo! Next one! 2 collabs in this box, 2 pastry stouts. 1 beer with Ritual Lab, our friends from Rome, and Braugier, our friends from Berlin. It's a 3-way collab. It's a banana pastry stout. It's a banana dessert inspired pastry stout. So there's banana, chocolate, vanilla, caramel. The Germans thought we were crazy, and I think they still think we are. But we made a beautiful beer together. Beautiful. Next friend, Basqueland. It was a collab pending for a long time. We made a Basque cheesecake stout. So, meaning that it was actually, we did some burnt syrup in there, making it like the glazed layer on top of the cheesecake. We did cacao, coffee. It's a big boy. Both are very big boys for our big friends. No, I really like playing around with banana in beer. We did 1 beer before with banana, and I hope to do at least 1 next year. But it's a bit of a weird ingredient to use, but it's very fun, and it gives a slight candy kind aroma to it. The banana is really in there, not too much. It complements the chocolate very well. Amazing. Don't use that, please.
Sexy beer.
Sexy beer for sexy mensen. I'm feeling so lucky today. Can you hand me something that I feel even more lucky? Can I scratch the code as well or not? Then it becomes like advertisement for gambling, and I don't think we can do that. Oh yeah, this was actually a bit of an epiphany. a bit weird. We realized we never did a Lucky Tonka, a Tonka beer with vanilla and coffee, so it had to happen. We did it. It's amazing, as we expected. It's a combination that's gold. It's maybe you strike gold here as well. I think it's an amazing combination, the three ingredients together on our base Lucky Tonka recipe. A beer from our QR code series. Our QR code series is a mystery beer series. From the label, you don't know what it is, but you can scan this code and you go to a website, to our website, and you will find out everything about the beer. But you can also drink it just for yourself, like I'm gonna do. Make up your mind what you think of the beer, and then see what it actually is. So you can play a little bit of a guessing game. So if you want to find out everything about this beer, just scan this QR code, and it will bring you to all the information you want to know. Sticky mud, maple, almonds, pouring thick. Oh, this is gonna go very wrong. Wow. Coffee, caramel, 5 grains. This is everything. It has everything that you ever needed. This is crazy. It's super thick. You shouldn't be drinking this from this glass. You need a tumbler. You need to release all those aromas. The almonds are popping out of the glass though. You don't need a tumbler for that to recognize it. So what we had in mind, I like sugar-coated peanuts. It's a bit of the same thing, but then the luxurious version of it. It's maple glazed almonds. So what we did was we used maple syrup, and we used toasted almonds, making it like a. You should try it with that though, or if you can't get those, try it with sugar-coated peanuts. It's the same vibe. We rounded it off with some cacao and some coffee, just to make it like round, because nuts can get very, I wouldn't say intense, but go a bit weeg in Dutch, like they go like this. And we try to make it more of a complexity around it. And I think this worked really well. We asked Note Fabriek to toast it very, very dark, so it could stand up to our stouts as well. Because if you do raw nuts or like lightly toasted nuts, they just have no chance of getting anywhere near our intense stouts, and you will not be able to taste them. So what we did was ask him to roast it special for us, a little bit higher, toasted I mean, and I think it worked beautifully. Next up is our indulgence 14, but I will just get the barrel master right now, so we can tell a little bit more about it, because he knows way more than I do. 1 second. Bonjour. I found the barrel master.
Hello.
He was very eager to get in front of the camera, right?
Yes, always.
He was hiding behind the barrels. Behind Middleton barrels, right?
Yes.
They're empty now, because they're in here. What more is in here?
There's Middleton Irish whiskey barrels, and there is Jamaican rum, 15-year-old rum.
Thick, boy!
Yeah, that's how we like them. So we used the Irish barrels as the base, very smooth, very soft. And we topped it up with a little bit of rum, barrel-aged beer, to give it a little kick.
Cool. The base beer feels very smooth. We usually don't brew it that way to go into barrels.
No, these types of base beer, we brew them way too extreme. So they are usually too thick, too sweet, too bitter. We don't put leftover beer into barrels, but we design our beers to go into the barrels. And then after a year in the barrels, they mellow out and they become really smooth. But the thickness, it usually stays.
Mm-hmm.
These are Irish whiskey barrels. from the Moersleutel distillery. These usually make Jameson Irish whiskey, which is a blend, but they also have very exclusive whiskeys, like the Moersleutel Very Rare. And that's the type of barrel that we used.
Well, we just get out of here. Walk on. Go on.
Walk on.
Walk on then, mate! Thank you!
And then it does squeaking.
Yeah, so
we can say something about what we smell, what we taste. We already said something about the rum giving the punch in aroma, the punch in alcohol experience. There's, to me, a bit of a leather.
Absolutely. This one is has a bit of leather, a little bit of tobacco even, some wood that comes through.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have your typical vanilla bourbon vibes going on. This one is a bit more, I would say, serious.
Yeah, it's not playing around. It doesn't have what you said, the friendly vanilla, fresh wood, coconut. It doesn't really have coconut to me either.
No.
It has very rich molasses though. That's the rum again, right?
That's the rum. And then the aftertaste is really chocolatey and really stays in the mouth, so it really lingers long, this one.
There's even some nuttiness.
Yeah.
If you breathe out, some almost like we put nuts in there, which we definitely haven't.
No, these are non-adjunct beers, the indulgences.
Yeah.
So it's pure beer and barrel.
This one feels different for me. It's very complex. I'm quite happy with the result. I can see the malt bill shining through. I can see the barrels very clearly. You can pick up on the whiskey, you can pick up on the rum, you can pick up on the high roast, certain roast malts. Definitely also the base malt comes through, the Munich, makes the nutty aftertaste definitely comes from there. I enjoy beers that you can point fingers to, hey, I see this, I see that. I really enjoy that, so I'm pretty proud of this product.
Yeah, me too. This one is one of my favorites this year because it's very unusual combination, the Irish whiskey and the rums. That makes it really special, and it doesn't taste anything like other indulgences we've ever done. So very happy with this one. It's unique. Anyway, how's the Advent coming along? Are we still doing that?
Yes. It's very busy right now. It's we're working very hard to make it happen again. The goal is to give the guild members one for their guild box of December. Will be a Advent. So we will present to you again an Advent box after very good comments last year. We are gonna make it happen again. Are we gonna make those nice little videos again, Charlotte? Yes. Whew! That's fun too.
Yes.
There are some very exciting things on the planning. Some beers we never did, and some beers we are bringing back from the past.
Yep, some really cool barrel-aged stuff lining up.
You want to spoil anything on that?
Nope.
Nope? Okay. Keeping it secrets for a little bit longer. So see you first in the October box again, and then together we go to the Advent. So thank you for being a guild member. I hope you enjoy the beers we present to you. We're always looking for feedback, always looking for improvements. Let us know what you think, and cheers. Dit is echt goed hoor.
Ja, dit is jouw favoriet.
Ja, dat is wel mijn favorietje, ja.
Lekker gewerkt, jongens.